trying a different USB port here. Hopefully that solves the problem. I'm nervous to touch anything. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright. Alright, let's go back to 60 and run it up. So yeah, what is the number chord progression system, or the number chord progression for this pattern here? So far it looks like it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 1, and the 2, and the 3, and the 4, and the 1, and the 2, and the 3, and the 4, and the 1, and the 2, and the 3, and the 4, and the 1. Turn the metronome down a little bit. Alright, let's try it 100 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Man, I want to turn down the mic a little bit, but I'm afraid to touch anything. So that's all the way off. Ugh. I hope this isn't, the audio is not too distorted or anything right now. Alright, try 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Repeats. I'll do it at 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The sound is still coming through. So I just saw something flash on the screen. Oh, what a day. Alright, sweep picking. We're going to do something unique here. So I mentioned before, at least I think I did, how when you get really going fast with stuff like this, you end up hitting that bottom note twice. Let's have you actually practice hitting that bottom note twice. So it might feel a bit weird, but man, so this is like an accidental thing I came across, and I didn't even know I was really doing it until I watched a video. Michelangelo Badio was talking about this. He's like talking about doing this kind of sweep pattern, and he's like, yeah, you don't even realize it, but actually you end up going so fast you hit that bottom note twice. I'm like, huh, no shit, I am hitting it twice. So let's give this a go. Might help push out a little bit extra speed. Alright, here we go. 60. Purposely hitting that bottom note twice. Try it on this setting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, bad habit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about like slanting your pick as you do this too. So like purposely angle it or slant it so this way it glides across the strings better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the faster you go, you can't really turn your arm so much, but that's just kind of the idea of what you want to have happening here. 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So yeah, I mean you can get going crazy fast with this thing. I wonder if I can do triplets at this pace. Once you get used to that, man, you can really get going crazy fast with this thing. Of course, you gotta syncing everything up there too. That's I think that's the hardest part, is keeping everything synced up. Okay, I mentioned we're gonna do stuff with the chords and number progression stuff. So we got some new things here, possibly new. Most likely one of them definitely new. Okay. So we got an A minor chord, a B diminished, C major, back to B diminished, and then back to A minor. So treat each line as its own separate thing. So we got key of A minor, or key of C major to start. So chord number 6 is A minor in the key of C. B diminished is chord number 7. So the 7th chord in key is always diminished, and you learn that funky diminished 5th chord. So here is the full diminished chord, and then into the C, which is chord number 1, back to the B diminished, chord number 7, and A minor, chord number 6. And then on the bottom half, or the second line, we got the key of G, or the relative E minor. So key of G, chord number 6 is E minor, chord number 7 is F sharp diminished, chord number 1 is G major, back to chord number 7, F sharp diminished, and chord number 6, E minor. So, reason I want you to have this is to learn and memorize the diminished chord shapes. And of course, if any of the other shapes are new, I want you to commit those to memory as well. Because we're going to do a lot of stuff with these chords when it comes to building, breaking apart, and understanding all kinds of chord stuff. And this ties into all the arpeggio stuff you do as well, because all the sweep picking stuff is just taking notes of these chords and playing one at a time. And when you can understand how these chords are built or broke down, then you can create all kinds of arpeggio shapes all over the place. So no real speed goal on this. The goal is just to get through this solid. A good solid take. Do it at whatever speed feels good to you. And yeah, memorize the chord shapes. Say the names as you play them. It'll really help. Now, for building that B diminished chord, first finger, 2nd fret. So I'm just going to go up in strings in order, just one after the next. So yeah, A string starting off 2nd fret, 1st finger. Then middle finger on the 3rd fret, pinky on the 4th fret, ring finger on the 3rd fret. So first on the 2nd fret, middle on the 3rd fret, pinky on the 4th fret, ring on the 3rd fret. Alright, and then for the F sharp diminished, first finger on the 2nd fret of the low E, and then we go up to the 3rd fret with the 3rd finger, 4th fret, 4th finger, 2nd fret, 2nd finger. So first finger on the 2nd fret, ring finger on the 3rd fret, pinky on the 4th fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret. We don't want to bar this because you will accidentally, most likely, because everybody does, you'll accidentally hit that note because of the bar, and that's not part of the chord, so we don't want that in there. It's not part of the key either. So you got better chord control if you use all 4 fingers here. Whoop. Now when you're playing this, what you can do is like build the chord 1 finger at a time. So as you're going into the diminished, just put your first finger down and then leave it, then add the middle, then the pinky, and then the ring finger, and all good. Same thing for the F sharp diminished. You can build it up as you go. First finger, 3rd finger, pinky finger, middle finger, and then you're good to go. So, again, do it whatever speed you like, totally fine. I'll play this at both 60 and 120. So top line first, 1, 2, and sweep this as well. Sweep it, 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor, B diminished. C major, B diminished, A minor, 120, 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor, B diminished, C major, B diminished, A minor. Back down to 60 for the key of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor. F sharp diminished. G major. F sharp diminished. E minor. And 120, 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor. F sharp diminished. G major. F sharp diminished. E minor. Now, if you end up playing it at 120, I wouldn't worry about saying the chords out loud there. But playing it at 60, great place to start. You should definitely do that. And say the chords as you go once you start getting used to the fingering and all that stuff. Because when you say it over and 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 over again, that's what commits it to memory for sure. I would not have chords and scales or modes and all this stuff so memorized and I can recall things quickly if I wasn't teaching it. The only reason I can't is because I don't know how many times I've taught all these things in all kinds of different ways and whatnot. So basically, I've seen the shapes and said them over and over and over again, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of times. But yeah, that repetition, even though it might seem silly or kind of boring sometimes, maybe a little irritating every now and then, man, if you do it, it's really gonna benefit you in terms of the memorization. All right, and then the new scale stuff, we'll be doing you will be doing 3 strings at a time. And that's about it. All right. I think all the audio is recorded this time. But yeah, let me know if there were any issues hearing anything in the videos here. Any questions, let me know. I will see you again next week.